Hello, welcome to another video on the channel. And yeah, it's been a long time since I've fished. It's just things have got in the way. I won't go into it. It's just, yeah, been busy. Let's put it that way. The last time I actually went fishing was at Linear Fisheries when I did a couple of nights, and I've returned. So, a little bit repetitive, but I'm on a different lake. So last time I was on Tar Farm 6. This time I'm on Tar Farm 5 on peg 13, which is right sort of, oh, it's got a whole corner to itself. This whole bay here, it's kind of just mine. The only other swim is right over there, and I don't think that's booked for my duration. So yeah, I have a lot of water in front of me to explore. Got the house up behind me already, which is why I'm probably looking a little bit hot, because it is roasting hot. And yeah, I've just sat here at the front of the swim. I'm not allowed to start fishing till 11. It's about just past 10 now. So yeah, I've just sat here scanning the water. I've seen a fish rise. It's not rise. It's not a trout. I saw a fish sort of pop its head out, literally straight in front of me. So that's one area that I'm going to do. So yeah, aim of the trip very similar to last time. It's about having a nice chilled couple of days. If I can catch some fish, all well and good. But there is one slight difference that I'm doing today that I didn't do last time, and that is I brought a float rod with me, which seems probably crazy to carpers. But there's big perch in here, like massive perch, 4 pound plus perch. So I brought some worms and a float rod and some maggots. I'm gonna have a go for those as well, sort of in the margins. My left hand margin, which is sort of down here, I mean, there's nothing special, but it looks quite tasty. If I can get out a little bit further so it's got some depth, but then I'll feed it during the day, and maybe as we're losing this light, then I'll have a go for them. But yeah, let's get set up and see what happens. It's very warm. I've had to take the hat off. Just sweating buckets. I'm in a tiny bit of shade in the front of my swim, which I think within an hour this will be gone. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can. So just setting up my pod, then I'll sort the bait out, then I'll get the marker rod out, have a little feel for the swim, get some distance sticks set up, and yeah, good thing with using the Catch app and booking these swims is you can see when this swim's been booked out, and it hasn't been booked out all week. So if there was someone in here sort of yesterday, then I probably would have put a couple of solid bags out just to see if there's any bait still in the area. But I think I'll probably put bait in straight away, as it hasn't really been fished here for a while. Then put some solid bags over the top. I think, anyway. I've got a couple of days, so it doesn't matter if I made a bit of a mistake today. I think that's what I'm going to do. Not very decisive, and I'm not doing anything quickly. I'm just gliding into the session, nice and chilled. Although I can now feel the sun slightly on my right hand side, so yeah, better get cracking. Right, we're getting there. We are getting there. Everything's kind of in the house where it needs to be. The nets are both set up. The rods, well, they're not set up, but they're just sat on the pod, ready. And next is time to see what we've got out there, which I'm going to use a classic marker float. Now, not many people actually use these anymore. They kind of go for just a bare lead, which is fine. But I really want to know, because I know there's a drop off over to my right. I can see it on Google Earth. So I want to find out where that is, and then get a good gauge of the depth out in front of me. That's the two areas I'm going to go with. Now I've got the old trusty ruined spod / marker rod reel set up. The rods are fine, the rod's fairly new, but the reel, I'm waiting for it to go, let's put it that way. But to help it even more, I'm going to make sure it's absolutely soaked. Let's give the reel a good old soaking. Not only will that screw up my internals nicely, but I thought that was a rip in the braid, but it's just where the braid's connected to the braid. Yeah, it'll also give it some lubrication, so to hopefully stop it going into a bird's nest on the cast. Right, let's go straight out in front of me to start with. Don't want to do too many casts if I can help it. Oh God, that hurt. That was going a bit too quick then. Right, so that's popped up where it is. Let's just drag the float down. That's really deep, I think. Let's have a go at that. Okay, so 1. I think there's a lot of weed out there. 2. We're in weed. That's not a good start. Oh, it doesn't feel like we're in weed. I just spooked a fish. I saw a big bow wave come out. That's not great. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 2. What's going on here? 1, 2. Yeah, we got weed problems, that's for sure. Lots of weed. Oh, hell of a lot of weed there. Let's try and find some part that's not covered in weed. Yeah. Okay. No weed there. Let's give that a go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6.5 feet there. That's not very far out at all. Oh, I've got a bird's nest. What can we do with that then? Right, take 2. Luckily, I had some new leader material. Put a lot more on there as well. Put over like a good couple of turns onto the spool. Now the only downside is my marker floats, the top bit, like the vanes or whatever they're called, disappeared. So we've got a vaneless float. So let's see how that goes. Right, chuck that out. We'll just let that up. Hopefully it's not in weed already. Pretty deep. Unless the float's just stuck. Oh, there we go. So we'll just give that a little twist. Right, that's no weed there, so that's a good space. 10 feet. That's a nice area there. I think I'm happy with that. Bit stony, doesn't feel like too much weed. And I think that's going to be the main thing I'm going to have to find, is somewhere without weed, or as little weed as possible. Right, so let's wind that down to the float, or to the lead. Okay, and then clip that off. All right, there's a tree that's just slightly right, but I can see that out at night. So let's see if that's okay there. No, it's not. Straight into weed. Okay, so to the left of that tree is where we want to be. Oh dear. Yeah, it's nice and smooth all the way around that bit. Right, one more. Try not to hit it quite so hard this time. That's better. Well, things have just got a whole lot harder. A whole lot harder. I knew this reel, I'm annoyed, I should have just replaced it. But as you can see, that's where the line clip should be. That just pinged off. I've got no idea where it went. What do I do now? Snapped off, snapped clean off. This is going to be proper shot in the dark fishing now. Well, luckily this is probably my last of this kind of carp fishing this year. So I just need to replace this reel, which I should have done beforehand. I'm so annoyed. Right, well, let's get some bait made up and yeah, do what we can. Okay, I've got part of a plan for the spawn rod. It's not going to work very well, but it's better than nothing. So I've gone old school. So I've got it out to where I wanted it, and then I've tied. What I could do with is something very bright. I don't have anything bright line-wise with me, so I had to tie on some supernatural braid in the tip, on the tip high part of the line. When it was where it was needed. So I know the wraps, 11.5 wraps, so not a huge distance. So I know I can get the rods exact every time. It's just the spom. So I've got to try and see this small black piece of line or braid tied to my braid as I'm casting the spom. It's not going to be easy, but it's better than nothing. But yes, it is now time to do my bait. And if you're hearing a dog barking in the background, it's really annoying me because it will not shut up. Although it has just shut up. So very similar mix to my last one. I've just brought more of it this time. Plus I've got some hemp, which I didn't have last time at all. So, and I don't have any base pellets this time because I run out Didn't really think of that either, did I? Oh well. Because of the heat, I'm not going to go crazy with the bait straight away. I'll probably put a few spoms in, then put the rods out and gauge it from that. If I get bites sort of fairly quickly, then I'll put more bait in. If I don't get bites for a long time, I probably won't put any more bait until later on today. But to start with, we've got some 4mm pellets. We'll put some of those in, obviously. Bugger off. It's going to be one of them sessions. Boilie wise, my local, well, I don't have a local tackle shop anymore. The closest thing I have to a tackle shop is Go Outdoors, and with bait they're very hit and miss. So I normally like to use these 16mm boilies. They're kind of a good in between. They didn't have any at all. In fact, they had next to no sticky baits that I normally use at the moment on the shelves at all. So most of this I had to actually order online, which is very annoying when they're supposed to stock it. I'll put some whole ones in. I've also got them in 20mm. Not gonna lie, that was a complete accident, but we'll put some bigger ones in, keep them guessing, and then I will crumb a few up in the crusher. Not to a powder, just slightly broken down. Just releases the attractors. Waste not, want not. These crushers are such a good idea. Beforehand, I mean, I'm old enough to remember before the crusher, where you just done all this with your hands, just broke them up. Or used the food processor at home before you left, which kind of meant you can't really use that for for normal food because it absolutely stinks. Okay, that's enough of that. The old classic sweet corn. 2 of those with the juices. And I've got some bagged hemp and some tinned hemp. I'll go with the bagged hemp first. Again, I couldn't get this from Go Outdoors either, so had to order this online. Oh, that smells interesting. Some of that in there. Then we'll give it a good lug with some of this old sticky soup. That's about it, really. Yeah. Give that a good old mix around. And you end up with a mix that looks like that. Absolutely beautiful. So I will leave that to sit for half an hour or so it can soak up all them lovely juices. And then we'll get some out in the pond. Well, not a lot's been happening on the carp rods, but I have seen 2 fish come out exactly the same place, which is where it was sort of very weedy, straight out ahead of me. But that's where they want to be. So I wound both rods in because I'm just about to go on the float, so I can only use one rod. And cast a solid bag literally straight out on top of where they've been crashing. It may do nothing, it probably will do nothing, but at least up until sort of dinner time, I'll leave that where it is and yeah, see if anything comes along. But we're going to go back and go in on the float now. I have been sprinkling maggots in here sort of all day. Very simple float setup. I would show it, but the float's miles away because it's very deep in the margins. I've got a size 12 hook, which is a bit big for maggots, but it's going to be used for worms. So I'm going to try with like 4 maggots on here to start with and see if I get any bites. You never know. There may be absolutely nothing, but it's worth a shot. With perch to over £4 in here, I'm willing to give it a go. But yeah, we'll give this like an hour or so. Ooh. Straight into a fish. Looks like a roach. Now the only net I have is 42 inches. I should have brought a smaller one. But we work with what we got. He's not a happy chappy. There might be a little bit of bream in him. He's certainly very angry and doesn't want me to hold him up. Let's try and keep the net here. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, really chunky fish. Absolutely stunning. Let's slip him back. Lovely. A fish. And very slimy hands. I'm going to have to use my towel. I didn't really want to get... Yeah, there's definitely some bream in him. Right, let's... Actually, I'm going to use my little bucket. No, I won't, because then that'll end up on my reels. Yeah, okay, I'll... Yeah, use a baby wipe and then use the towel, because I don't really want to get my towel covered on the first evening. And then yeah, we'll have another go. Well, just as I was playing about with the old float rod, the rod that I chucked out over where I kept seeing fish show, it's only gone and melted off, isn't it? It was a good move. Been in and out of loads of weed beds. It's not very big, I don't think, by the look of it. But fish is fish. Lovely mirror. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll net him, hopefully, then sort the mat out and everything. Make sure it's all nice and wet before anything else. Got some issues, this fish. Oh, I thought it'd come off. God. Bigger than I thought then. Angrier as well. He's definitely a 20, I think. Let's have a little look, see. Whoa, look at that. Absolutely stunning. What a lovely fish. Let's give it a little wait. £20.8. Lovely jubbly. Let's have a quick look at her again. Look at that, £20.8. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. Well, hopefully we get a few more of these. Definitely going to go back on the far margin like I did with this one. But let's get this back as it is a bit warm. Lovely. Just give it a minute because it's been quite warm. Well, that was good. I think it's a thing, isn't it? When you've been sat there for a while, and yeah, I've got in my mind things against me to catch a fish. One being the weather; it's so bloody hot. Two, I wasn't really happy with how the spomming went and everything, and I was still a bit annoyed that I broke the reel and I can't do anything about it whilst I'm here. Yeah, I just kind of thought, well, not giving up, but expecting failure, basically. And now that one's gone off with no bait that I've put over it anyway, it's completely the wrong place and too far across for where I've been baiting. It's just where they are, they're in the weed. So yeah, that one's back out now. But yeah, lovely, lovely carp that was. Just over 20. I must admit, when I saw it a little bit further out, I thought, it may be a double. Yeah, 20 odd pound was £20.8. It's very similar, I think, to the one I had the biggest one I had out of Tar Farm 6. It was around there. So yeah, good result so far. Anyone that makes like vlog type videos like I do on YouTube will know the feeling of sort of elation and when you've caught a fish, because then you kind of got a video. If I sat here until Friday and not caught a single thing, chances are I never would have made the video, because it's a long video for no fish. But as soon as you've got one on the cards, it kind of lifts the pressure a little bit. I mean, yes, I've had a roach, sorry, and hopefully I'm going to get some more of them. I did miss a few bites, and I was still having bites when that rod ripped off. So yeah, we'll continue float fishing. I've put that rod back out on the spot, so we'll see what happens. Just about to say that's probably going to be the end of my float fishing, because it is now getting on. We're nearly sort of 9 o'clock now. I really wanted to get a perch, but all I've got is some breamy type roach. I think I'll pack this away now. Oh, I'm going to scourge her. and yeah, probably turn in. It's getting on now. The sun has completely knackered me out. But it's been a good day, really good day. I mean, I've only had one carp, but that was one more than I honestly thought I was going to get. It was with all the spot issues and yeah, well, the first cast ended up being a blooming bird's nest, didn't it? So yeah, wasn't the best of starts. And I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is going to be near enough impossible to spot accurately with what I have. It's just not going to work. I've been trying to think of like looping the line in another way, or yeah, I'll think of it overnight. If I come up with something, it's just there's a lot of force when that spom hits the clip. So what I'll probably do, most of the fish I'm seeing are along the reed line at the back, sort of between the big hole in the middle and along. A hell of a lot. I did actually reposition my left-hand rod now over to where I keep seeing them crashing, so hopefully that one will go. But I'll just gonna have to try and fire the spom out over that direction and just get a bit of a spread. Not really much else I can do. It's a risk, because obviously if I hit it too hard, I'm going to end up in the reeds and will lose my spom. Sound like something was in my bivvy. Hopefully not. I'll find out in a minute. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah, if sorry, I was in a world of my own there. If nothing else happens, I'll see you in the morning. But hopefully, during the night or in the not too far distant future, I'll get a run, and I'll see you then.